Okay, let's try this again. Settings weren't right. This is Antoine Williams. Dates November 20th, 2025. And this is the E Nation YouTube channel. Coming back at you with another video. I haven't been on here in a while, so I figured I should do one. I had something on my mind anyways. Basically, I had a falling out with, what would he be? Wingman number 4. I'd say this is my 4th wingman. I've had 4 wingmen in all my time, like, going out, meeting women, stuff like that. I've had 4 people that I've met who, I go out with a little bit, and we would, I'd say 5. I just thought of a 5th, even though it was brief. But, I'd meet them. I'd be like, we can go out and... Now I'm not going to think of 6. I'm remembering more as I go. But, you meet people when you go out, and they'll be like, you're single, I'm single, like guys. And then you're like, we can go out and approach women together. It'll be fun. Well, now I can think of 7. But, yeah, I had a falling out with someone recently. It made me think I should make a little list of, like, things I think are good in a wingman, like things I think are important. I'll start by telling the story of what happened. I've known this guy since... there's been some confusion on it when it was. I think it must have been 2021. It was either 2021 or 2022 that we met. But it was either 2021 September or 2022. But we had known each other for a while. I met him when I was out at the club. And we were just, like, he was just standing there, I was standing there, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna approach, whatever. So we teamed up. And I would encourage him, like, oh yeah, talk to her, like, why not, go for it. And then then I think I got a Snapchat. So every time I would go out to that bar or I'd tell him about other places, we'd meet up and we'd look at the women, talk about the women, stuff like that. And we were cool for 3 years, either 3 or 4 years. I'm a little fuzzy on how long it was. But over that time, we did a lot of stuff. We were both out of college. He was just out of college. He was a little bit younger than me. He just turned 30, and I turned 33, so he was a little bit younger. He was 27. Yeah, so it must have been 3 years ago, so it must have been 2022. But he was 27, I was 30 when we met. Now he's 30 and I'm 33, and it's just like a few days, maybe a week ago, I dropped him because... So the reason why I dropped him was just because it was like a long time. It was like a long time coming. But it was a pattern of behavior that I noticed that wasn't going to change. And it really started very early on in the beginning. He would constantly say, like, when I'd be like, oh, why don't you approach her? He'd be like, oh, she's out of my league. She's out of my league. This guy was in perfectly fine shape. He looked perfectly like he was a normal guy, 6'3", but he would be like, oh, these women are out of my league, out of my league. He had a horrible confidence problem. And I always tell him, you're fine, just go for it. It's just like, my thing is like, I've mentioned this in other videos. It's like, yeah, maybe that woman right there, like, there's no leagues. It's just maybe, like, okay, if there's something you need to work on with yourself, or there's just some sort of deal breaker with you, you gotta work on that. But like, if you have a certain type that you like, and one of them doesn't like you, maybe 100 women who looked exactly like that wouldn't like you. But that 101st, that 1000th, that 2000th woman would. So why limit yourself and not do something? Because it's going to take a while. And I used to always encourage them, yeah, go for it, do this, do that, go for it. Like, it'll work out eventually. And something, he never really, in all that time, ever really got over the hump and had any success in the 3 years we knew each other. And I from his perspective, I guess he must have thought I was full of crap, but honestly, I wasn't. I know I was 100% right. It's just he never took the act. He never did enough. He did more online dating. He would have luck with online dating, which is something that I'm horrible at. Like, I'm horrible at resume. I'm horrible at job interviews, making a resume, and I'm horrible at online dating. Like, my profiles look like crap. I can't, like, when I'm way too upfront and honest when it comes to interviews. I'm just like, look, hire me. Like, what are we doing? Like, stop wasting my time with this interview. Like, what are you looking for? Okay, I'm that. Okay, that's not me. Let's just, like, I'm way too upfront and honest. So I struggle with finding employment. Luckily, I haven't had to look for a new job for a while because that would be an ordeal. But yeah, he would have success with online dating, but he wouldn't really. We'd go out, he'd dance with women a little bit, but I never really seen him get much going. I'm trying to. I don't even know. I don't think he even hooked up with that girl. I think he might have. I can only think of like one time where we were out and he got a girl's number and he hooked up with her. And this is in 3 years, and I'm actually not 100% sure that he hooked up with her. But in that same time, I did fine. Like I didn't do like amazing, but yeah, like I did fine. I hooked up with plenty of people. He didn't really get anything, and yeah, he just always be like, "Oh, they're out of my league. They're out of my league." And then that's the reason why I dropped him is he was just extremely negative. And I would say that if you're gonna be a wingman, like a good wingman is encouraging. They don't discourage you. Like no one wants to hear next to him, "Oh, you can't do this. Oh, like that won't work. Like that won't work. Like oh, I would never do that." No one wants to hear that next to him when they're out. Like especially for basic things. It's like I'm like, "Oh, I like that girl. I'm gonna approach her." Oh, well, don't like he would like say like I would always my thing is when I go up to someone, I'll be like, hey, I saw you from over there. I thought you were cute. I want to come over here and introduce myself. Like, my name's Antoine. Like, how's your night going? Like, oh, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, where are you from? Oh, I can see me and you hanging out and doing this and blah, 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 blah. He would be like, well, I don't like to tell the girl that I'm interested because that like takes away all my power. Like, that's all on them. I'm like, I don't understand what you like. That was like the most. I didn't understand that at all. It's like, oh, well, when you tell them you like them, you give them all the power. If you and I tell them like if you don't tell them at some point that you're interested in them, how do they like? What am I gonna do? Just be like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's your night going? And that's literally I actually literally watched him do that. He would just beat around the bush, and he would like feel it out to see if they liked him. Like at the end of the day, at some point, whether it's early on or near the end, at some point you're going to make your intentions known. And he had a huge issue with the fact that I would make my intentions known early. To the point where he would just like constantly tell me, "Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work." I'm like, dude, you've literally seen it work. You've literally seen me do fine. But you know what? Like that's on me because maybe he didn't really see it work. Like I never really pushed hard enough, and I never really actually got like I've gotten the results before he knew me or when he wasn't there, but never when he was there. You know what I mean? So he just thought I was full of crap. He would always say I was like all talk. I'm like, dude, I'm just nervous. Like eventually I'll get there. It's like, but like if I know what I need to do and I'm trying to get it done, that's way better than me being like, oh, well, that doesn't work and not even trying. You know what I mean? Just going out and wasting my time. Like I'm slowly getting where I want to be. And he's actually an obstacle because he's telling, like in my head, I'm hearing him saying, well, that's not going to work. Oh, well, you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that. And like, although I know to just ignore him, who wants to hear that? And then the final straw was he came and visited me out here in New Orleans and we went out and I'm trying to get into a good flow. I'm really thinking, well, he's here. I got a wingman. Like it'll be good. We'll support each other. Oh no, I'll say the first incident first. The first incident was when he was with me went for Mardi Gras earlier this year. When I came here, he was with me, and I was nervous, and I wasn't really approaching, and I was saying like, oh, I'm nervous. I know what I need to do, but I'm not doing it. And he was like, yeah, you're all talk. Like, that's just like putting me down. You know what I mean? Like, how is that? Like, if you're someone's wingman, you're supposed to be encouraging them. Like, telling someone they're all talk and then you just like they can't do it. That's putting them down. That was the thing with him. He'd always put me down. And it's like, I don't want to hear that negativity. I was honestly almost done with him right then and there. Like after that happened and the rest of stuff like that happened at Mardi Gras, like after we hung out and everything, I was honestly kind of done with him. But we don't live near each other, so I kind of like got over it. Then like we started, then we made more plans to hang out again. But I was kind of done with him then. That's why I'm saying like it was a long time coming. Because when he was telling me I was all talk and all that, like I was pretty much done with him. And then, and that was also when he said the thing about like he wouldn't, when he was saying, oh, well, if you tell him that you like him, it gives him all the power. And I was like, what? Like we just had like different, I don't understand his philosophy. But then so we met at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Then we were in Buffalo. We met in Buffalo. because I originally met him in Buffalo, but neither one of us lived there anymore. So we both happened to be there because he has a property there, and I was visiting my family. So we met in Buffalo, and we were at the club. And I remember this is like I literally pointed out the hypocrisy to him. Like, so the hypocrisy was, sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. But the hypocrisy was we were in the one club, the club we met, and we were there again. We revisited it, and there we were standing outside, and there was some girl he was talking to. He was looking at her. He was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about approaching this girl. Like, oh, she's really cute. Oh, I'm nervous." And I told him, I was like, and he was standing there for a while. Like, he was standing there for a good. He was just standing there, like half staring at her. So I was like, you have nothing to lose, go for it. Like, if it doesn't, like, you came all the way out here, like, you have nothing to lose. Like, you meet her, and then if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, whatever, it's not going to hurt anything. So, so finally he goes, and I'm like, okay, yeah, good job, you did it, congrats. So fast forward like a half an hour, we're on the dance floor, and I'm looking at a girl. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to talk to her. She's really attractive. I really want to approach her, and I'm struggling to approach her. And a few minutes go by, maybe 10 minutes go by, and you know what he says to me? He says, "If you're not gonna do it, then I'll just do it. If you like, he's like, you just do it already. You're gonna mess up the chance. Like, if you're not gonna do it, then I'll do it." And I'm like, "You're gonna take the girl?" I'm like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, "This is." I'm like, I was like, "This is not what." I'm like, you're my wingman. You're supposed to encourage me. You're not supposed to take the girl. I'm like, when we were outside and you were nervous to talk to a person, I didn't just go and take them. I encouraged you to. We're supposed to be on the same team. Me and him were not on the same. We were never on the same team. That was like a problem with him. Like it's like all one sided. I would help him. I would encourage him. Then when I need support, oh, hurry up and do it. Oh, if you're not gonna do it, then I'll do it. Like he's literally trying to swoop in. And I've had that problem with him a few times. Like he's acting like we're in a versus game instead of a co-op. So I pointed out the hypocrisy to him, and he kind of chilled out. But then he came down. So then fast forward to when he came here to visit, and we went out. And of course, same thing. Oh yeah. So I was like, oh, I really want us to like go up together. He didn't say anything. So then the time came. I'm like, okay, there's those two girls. Like, we should go approach them. He's like, well, I'll go first, and then you come up behind. I'm like, no, that's weird. Let's just go together. I'm like, what? He's like, oh, well, if you go and it doesn't work out, then that'll like mess it up for me. I'm like, what? I'm like, I think you're overthinking it. Let's just go together. So then I'm getting ready to go. And I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. And I'm like taking a breath. I'm like, oh, this is harder than I thought. And I'm standing there. And this guy just goes. So he just goes real quick, and I'm not really ready yet. He goes, it doesn't work out, and then he comes back. And I'm like, don't, like, I'm like, I was already nervous. And this, like, screwed my mood for the whole night. Because, once again, he's just thinking about him. He's extremely selfish. Like, we're supposed to be a team here. Like, you actually made it... Like, I could have just still went. Like, it wouldn't have been a huge deal. But it's just weird. Like, there's two women there. You approach by yourself. Then you come back to me. It's like they know you're with me. Like, the chick rejected you. They know you're with me. And then I go up and talk to the other one. Like, we should have went together. That was the plan. So, I'm a little annoyed about it. But the thing about me is... it takes me... I don't get mad immediately about things. It comes up later. I'll think about it, and then I'll realize, like, oh yeah, this isn't acceptable. Like, I'm mad about this. So I'm not really there yet at being mad about it. And we left there, and we were going somewhere else. And he just started like saying, like, well, the reason why I did that was because you were just taking too long. And then he said, oh, well, what did he say? He said, like, oh, well, I figured, like, if I went, it would motivate you to go. I was like, and I said to him, I'm like, it's interesting that you would bring this up without me even saying anything. Like, I didn't even you're wrong. Like, I didn't say this to him, but in my head I was like, yeah, he knows he's wrong. He knows he was wrong to do that, but he did it anyways. And the thing is, we're both in our 30s. I'm done with this. You know what I mean? I'm done with this situation. Like, I'm tired of like having to worry about like this guy. He's actually making it like I'm already in a hard situation where, you know, it's not easy. You know, it's one thing when you're like 23 and everyone's 18 and 20 and, you know, everyone's trying to meet. But when you're 33 and it's like already like the cards are all stacked against you. Like you have a ton of people out there who are just like not looking for anything, that are gonna reject you over X, Y, and Z, and then you got to push through that and make it work. So having him blow like not helping the momentum, not helping like anything, actually hindering it, it's just a waste of time to go out with him. I think he actually, like, I realize like sometimes people can be like anchors around your neck. Like I think he's actually been holding me back because he's constantly like, "Oh, that won't work, that won't work," and I'm like, "Dude, I've done it," and I've seen like he's seen like when we came to New Orleans, when we were in New Orleans earlier this year for Mardi Gras. There were women out there, and I was like dancing with one, and then I got her number. Then I was oh yeah. Like when we were in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, we were dancing with these women, and he was dancing with one, I was dancing with the other, and when we were dancing with them, I got my girl's number, and then when we went back together, I'm like, "Dude, did you get her number?" He's like, "No, I didn't even think to do that. I didn't think that would help anything. I didn't think like I thought you get stuff done right then and there, or nothing happens." I'm like, "No, well, you should get their number because you could meet up with them later," which is exactly what happened. I got her number at Mardi Gras, then I we hung out with that group later. Then I hooked up with mine. He didn't hook up. The girl he was dancing with had a boyfriend, but I hooked up with the chick that I met there, and then also during New Orleans, there was some other chick, and there was two of them. And once again, we were dancing with the two girls, and then the one girl, I was really into her. It was like 3 a.m. I'm like, or it was like 2:30, 3 a.m. It was late, and I was like, what are you guys doing after this? Like, where are you guys going? And then they were saying they're going back to the room. I'm like, oh, we should go back and drink and hang out and blah 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 blah. And then they were like, yeah, let's do it. And he was like completely baffled. He's like, oh yeah, first I told him like I'm gonna try to go back with these girls. I'm gonna try to get these girls. Let's come back. I'm like, do you want one of them? Like, let's try to do this. And he was like, you're gonna ask him to go? Like he's like confused. Like I'm speaking French. So then I asked him, and then they're like, yeah. And then he was like, what? They're really gonna let us come back with them? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like they're into us. It's Mardi Gras. Like we're having fun. Like yeah. So I literally just asked them like, what are you guys about to do? And then I said, oh yeah, let's go back to your. And then they said yes. No, I went back. And once again, he didn't hook up. I did. Like it's complex, but basically it didn't work out for him. I didn't screw him over in any way. It just didn't work out with the girl he was with. But it worked out with the girl I was with. And what's the point of me telling this? Oh yeah, like he's somewhat seen like that. Like he's telling me, oh well, that never works, and I would never do this. But then at the same time, he's seen me have success. So I don't understand. Like there's a disconnect. But that's the way it is when you're like older. Like some people you're just not going to agree with. You can show them and they still won't agree. That's fine, but he's standing in my way. So I dropped him. Yeah, like it sucks to lose friends when you've been friends with them for so long. But yeah, there's got to be limits to like what you're going to deal with people. You got to be able to detach from people when they cross your boundaries. And like I was not only like mad, I was actually kind of hurt when he was like, oh well, if you approach first and it won't, like, you know, it doesn't work out. Like it's like we're still stuck on this thing where you think like I'm like just some like he thinks I'm a loser or something. You know what I mean? Like it hurts. You know what I mean? Like when you're friends with someone, they don't respect you. They don't think like, oh yeah, we're gonna go together. And it's like you know what I mean? This dude came all the way here to visit. You know, like I thought, like it's like I literally was thinking, oh, it'll be great for us to go together. It'll be fun. Like we'll hang out. I wish I just did what I originally wanted to do with my time off and took a cruise. Like hanging out with him instead was a waste. Like I was miserable when he was here, and it's like he wants. It's like we're in competition. It's like he wants to outshine me. Like it's just not. I don't care about that stuff, but I also don't want to be around that type of energy. So I'm glad to be rid of him. I'm not happy because I was friends with him for a while, but at the same time I'm glad it's over. Like screw it, this dude's a freaking dick. So yeah, but I would definitely say like, you know, if you're gonna go out and meet people, it's great to have people around you. I've had some people around me who were original friend. Well, my original was okay. So my original was a white guy who was great, but he very early on retired. He very early on got with some woman and married her. And I'm not gonna say anything mean, but I'll just say I wouldn't have done that. Not with her, I wouldn't have. But I guess everybody has their type. But he got out very early. It's like we were still early 20s, and he was very green. Like that might have been his first person. Like that was his first or second person. I think that was like his second person he ever hooked up with, and he married her. So, and like, yeah, I don't envy his position. I'm sure he's happy, but I don't envy it. Then the second guy, he was an Indian. He was from Nepal, so he wasn't Indian. He was Nepalese, which is I think is like above India. But he was like, oh, he my best. He was like my best wingman, and he was a big part of the reason why I got in my long-term relationship is because he encouraged me and pushed me. Like literally, I would be like, back then I was kind of done with going out and doing all that, and he literally came over my house and was like, no, we're going out tonight, and then like, cause he didn't want to go by himself, so he was like, no, we're going out tonight, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll go, and that's when I met the girl I dated for for 5 years. That was things, and he encouraged me to go to her. He was like, he had actually danced with her before me, and I got her number and all that. And he was like, oh yeah, like, she rejected me, but you should go. Like this, this is the difference between like a good wingman and a bad one. He was like literally like, I seen her on the dance floor, and we were upstairs, and I'm like, oh, I think I should approach her. He was like, yeah, I tried to dance with her and all this, and I got her number, but nothing ever happened. You should go for it. I'm not going. You know what I mean? Like it didn't work out, so go for it. And I went for it. And I ended up dating her for 5 years. That's the difference between, like, I would never met her most likely if it wasn't for him. And that's the difference between a good wingman and a crappy one. I honestly believe that the guy I've been going out with lately has actually hindered me. That if I would have went out without him, or if I had like my old wingman with me, I would have met someone great, or I would have had like some good results. And because I'm with this guy, I've actually like, which I can't really blame other people because it's on me at the end of the day. Like this is my life. I have to make the effort. But I do honestly believe that I'm actually worse off with this guy compared to other ones that I've had that have been good. But who else can I name off? There was another white guy that I was going out with recently who was in Texas, and I actually liked him a lot at first. At first, I liked him a lot. Because it seemed like he was like the ultimate. I even said it to him. I think you're like the ultimate wingman I've ever had. And he was actually like, so because he would approach like it was nothing. He would just talk to him and talk to everybody he would talk to groups. He talked to one. He talked to like he had like no fear to go up to somebody, which was good. And also he was encouraging. Like if I only did one, he's like, oh yeah, nice try. Or if I did none that night, he'd be like, oh, you'll do better next time. Like he wasn't like, oh, you're all talk. Oh, you're a coward. Oh, well, it'd be awkward if you did that anyways. Like you wouldn't, like he was never negative. So I actually liked him a lot. But I noticed something about what he was doing. And he was my age. He was like 33. He was as old as me. And from our conversations, it sounds like he hasn't had any results. And also from what I was seeing, I would believe that. So I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. I literally said to him, I think you're doing a great job. I just think you need to improve on, like you're talking to them and they don't know what you want. Like you need to like let them know at some point, like, hey, I think you're cute, or I think you're that, I think you're this. And you need to try to get their number, and like you need to like push it as far as you can. Like see like if they're willing to go on a date. See if they're willing to like I never seen like I seen him talk to so many people, but I never seen him get a girl's number. Like I'm like you gotta push it a little bit harder. And he got mad at me, and I told him like maybe he should like start pushing it to the extreme and then pull back. So like I was like, you can like go overboard and then pull back from there. Like I'm like start like trying to like be like, oh well, we're like try to like I was always trying to say like be like, oh like what are you doing after this? Like let's go to your place after this. Like say that to like every girl, and then like start to pull back from there. Or like try to get every girl's number. Like I was saying that to him. Like I'm like, even if it's going horrible, just try to get her number just for the practice. And he said he said, oh, I don't have time for this autistic shit. And he got all mad at me. And then he even went up we were out in Austin. It was the one time we went to Austin, and we were on that. It was on like a Thursday. It wasn't that busy, but we went to, I think it's like called Southwest or something like that. It's this strip. I've only been to that one time, but we were on that strip when I was telling him, "Oh, you should try this." And he went up to a girl, asked her, "Oh, would you like it if a guy came up to you and like hit on you and like tried to do this, try to do that?" And she was like confused, and she was like walking by, and she stopped for a second and said, "Oh no, I wouldn't like that." And then he was like, "I just asked that girl, and she said she wouldn't like if I did what you said." And I was like, "Dude, what we're talking about right now, like, it's not debatable. I already know that it'll work. I'm like, I've already done this and it's already worked. I've already like gone up and said these things and done this stuff. It's like, I'm just saying that this will help you. I'm like, you're this close to like going from having zero success to like a ton of success. Like, you're already there. I'm like, all you have to do is," and then he just was like, "Oh, well, she said it." Well, I'm like, you're like trying to convince him. Like, he's trying to convince me that I'm wrong, that no, like, what he's doing is fine, even though he's not getting any results, which is not all about results, but it's like, over a long period of time, it's like, why are you, like, there's a reason why you're not getting any results. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like someone who's broke, who has no money, and I'm like, "Hey, if you do these things, you'll make more money." And I'm like, "I've done these things and I've made more money." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I asked this banker, and he said that if I do what you said," well, not even a banker, I just asked this random person, and they said that if I do what you said, I won't make more money. I'm fine. I'm making money now. It's like, but you're not making money now. Like, that's what it's like. It's like he would lose nothing from just trying what I was saying, but he wouldn't try it. And he was yelling at me when he was saying this. It wasn't like a calm conversation. He was really like getting all loud. And he had driven us there, so I kind of was like, if I get loud back, we're like an hour, 15 minutes away from where I live. So I just played it off. But we were done after that. But yeah, so this is the second falling out with a wingman I've had this year. I have no wingman now. I'm on my own, but that's fine. I mean, I'm grown, so I can handle this on my own. It literally clicked in my head when this guy that came and visited me was like, ran off and did that on his own. It clicked in my head like, "Oh, I'm on my own. I don't have any support system. I have to figure this out on my own," which isn't a huge deal. There's worse things. But yeah, I'm working on intros and outros. I've been looking at some music that I could play that wouldn't get copyrighted. There's a lot of that. Like, there's a lot of people that I've been into who aren't big, and they aren't going to copyright their music. And like, I know people who have put music out that I liked, that I listened to, and then I would like download their songs or save their songs, and then they would delete them. And they've never monetized these songs. They just put them out, and then they would like quit rapping. They would quit, like, they wouldn't even be out. Like, no one even know who they are. Like, I'm not like, so I'm gonna use that because it's not. I just got to figure out how I'm gonna edit it in. I found some like beats and stuff that I like. I've talked to people on YouTube who have made beats, and they've been like, "Oh yeah, you can use this. It's fine." So I'm pretty sure they won't copyright it. But I've had a few videos that have gotten copyrighted, so I'm still working out how to. And I also have to edit like whatever intro video like showing I'm gonna have, and I got to figure out like how the length. Got to figure out the length of the outro. But yeah, no, this is far from a dead channel. This is still just the beginning. There's still time to pivot if I want to do something else with the channel. There's still all the time in the world. We're just getting started here. For anyone watching this, I appreciate you making it all the way to the end here. If you would like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that too. Any comments, I'll be in there. And it was fun. I'll see you guys in the next one.